So as all the press is saying these days, Gartner reports, whatever it may be, it's an ever-increasing area of growth. So as technology increases and sensors are being put on the edge, the Internet of Things are going to empower organizations and people to do things that they actually can't do right now. Smart cities, connected cities, devices, whatever it may be. And in our industry, you have all the edge devices, whether it be cameras or access control units, whatever it may be, everything on the edge of the network, it's going to be connected. And so the IoT and all the things around that are going to allow us to leverage that and do that much more with it. Right now, there are absolutely no standards associated with how this stuff works together. There's people that are working on that, but right now nothing glues it all together. So all the different parties are doing their own little things. The other thing associated with it, the amount of data that comes off these units is enormous. So you have all these billions and billions and billions of devices that are going to be out there, interconnected in some form or another, but how is the data going to interchange? When you see something out in the field, how is that going to tell something upstream that something actually occurred? And then when you have that data, how are you going to correlate it together and actually get some meaningful information out of it? So all of that has to come out in some form to have information that you can then leverage and use in some form. All industries, IT, physical security as a subset or even as a superset, whatever it may be, has to figure out how they can leverage that and then do something with it. And that's one of the challenges and one of the exciting things about the area of what we're going to go forward and do with that. You're not going to have any interoperability, or you're going to have in some form everything talking to itself. So vendor specific, won't be agnostic, they won't be able to interact in one form or another. Vendor lock-in is a possibility, which I don't necessarily see on this, but at that same time, you have to have some way to leverage everything together. I think it's going to empower them to do that much more. So you'll be able to stitch some things together and actually, again, as I said before, correlate things from one spot to the other. How does one action in the field actually make something else or interact with something else? You'll be able to link things together in ways that you actually can't see right now. So again, I think it's very, very exciting. The business point, what can you do with that? What can you harness with that knowledge to do something for the end user, some analytic type analysis on the data? There's some fascinating things that are being done right now in just some of the physical space, the security space in the home market as an example, where they'll actually somebody does this with an if then that type exercise, where you'll have something that occurs and then they'll be able to do something else with it just based on actions that are there. So some new things we haven't even thought of for sure are going to use this technology to do that much more. So SIA is helping build some of the standards to help put this stuff together. Without the standards, you're not going to be able to leverage it as much as you're actually possible of doing, and those standards are needed. SIA is helping put those together.